Hi, my name's Anne. I am a registered nurse. I'm also a person who just had their gallbladder out a couple days ago. So I wanted to talk to you about that in case you're facing that decision. I also am an educator, so this is going to be educational. I know I only have less than 12 minutes or something on YouTube, so I'm going to try to make it as quickly as possible. My gallbladder pain started about 3 months ago, and it would wake me up in the middle of the night. I would start to have pain under my right rib, um, right about there. And it would wake me up, and it was just pretty excruciating. It felt like almost muscular, like I had slept wrong. It would last about an hour or so, and then I would be able to go back to sleep. This happened 2 times. And then the last time it happened, it started about 4 o'clock in the morning, woke me up. The pain was about, I don't know, 5 out of 10 or so in the beginning. In the medical profession, we measure pain by a scale of 10 to 1. So, or 10 to 0. 10 being the worst pain that you've ever been through, and 0 being no pain at all. My pain at that time was probably about 5 or 6. It was just really uncomfortable. So I got my shower and got ready for work. Ended up going to work, and then about 7 o'clock, the pain was 8 out of 10, and I knew that I had to do something. So I ended up going to the hospital, the emergency room. Drove myself. Probably not the best decision, but it was my decision. Drove myself to the emergency room, and by the time I got all the way down to the emergency room, the pain was about 2 out of 10. So it was manageable. It just felt sore. As soon as I walked in the emergency room and told them kind of where my pain was, they had a really good indication, I think, that it was my gallbladder. I had never even considered it was my gallbladder. I really didn't know what the pain was. I just knew that any pain that lasted that long, it was 3-4 hours, probably needed to be checked out. So what I came to expect in the hospital, of course, they start an IV and they do a blood panel, so you get your blood taken. They also do an ultrasound, and that shows them how many gallstones are in your gallbladder, and if your gallbladder wall is thickened. Now, as soon as the gallbladder, it's okay as long as it doesn't start releasing the stones. It seems like a lot of people have gallstones, and we're good with it as long as your gallbladder doesn't start to release them, because then they cause problems. So what's the gallbladder? This is a great book I have for nursing. So I'm going to show you. The gallbladder is just like this little, bladder. I don't know if you can see it. And it fits under your liver. So what happens is your liver produces bile, which bile is a substance that helps dissolve fats. Your liver produces the bile, and then it stores extra in the gallbladder. It's kind of like a garage for the bile, and then the rest of the bile is just released onto your small intestines and then large intestines, and it helps your body process fats. So what happens, in fact, I can't figure out, I don't even think medical science knows why gallstones form. We do know that gallstones form from substances like cholesterol or bile. Some reports that I've read say that the gallstones form because there's too much cholesterol. Some say that the gallbladder has the bile in it, and if you don't eat a lot of fat, then the bile just sits there waiting to get used, so then it hardens, and then you've got gallstones. So some reports say you eat too much fat, and some reports say you're not eating enough fat. So I have to go to the conclusion that we really don't know why they form. I read that there's cleanses you can do to get the stones out of there. Not sure I recommend that. I can't really make recommendations on this video. I know that the stones, once they start forming, they're going to usually continue to form, and we really don't want them to leave the gallbladder. Well, and some of them just become too large to leave the gallbladder. So anyway, as soon as they knew that there were stones, they knew that the culprit was the gallbladder, and the current Western remedy for that is to go ahead and get your gallbladder out. So they made me an appointment with a surgeon, and to make a long story short, I met with a surgeon and I asked him point blank, is there any other way that I can get rid of these gallstones? And he said no. He said the same thing I just told you, is once they form, and once your body starts releasing them, you can have problems. And the problems come from the stones having to make their way out of your digestive system. So they leave the gallbladder, and then they go down into the gallbladder duct. And if they stay there, then they can cause your gallbladder to get inflamed and infected, and that's not good. And if they continue down, then they go into the common bile duct, and that's really not good, because then it starts to affect your whole digestive system. It can affect your pancreas and your liver and your gallbladder and you name it. And then you're looking at an emergent surgery, which emergent surgeries are always more dangerous because they have to be done quickly, and they're usually under some distress. Okay, so it's always better to have like an elective surgery where you're going in because you know this is going to cause a problem in the future. Might not be now, might not be tomorrow, might not be the next day, but it's probably going to cause a problem. So best idea is just to go ahead and get it out. I went through this a lot. Anyway, decided to go ahead after, like, I knew I was going to. I was supposed to go to Hawaii. So it was like, do I really want to go to Hawaii with a gallbladder that's been acting up? Hawaii surgery. Yeah, let's just go and do the surgery. I know, right? Anyway, so the day of surgery came. Before that, I just ate low-fat stuff. So I ate a lot of like Progresso soup. I try to get the fat-free stuff. I drank a lot of water, lemon water, apple juice, vegetables, some fruit, chicken. But anything with grease, forget it. I would have like really serious pain. So I lost like 16 pounds in a week or something. Not a great way to lose it, but anyway. So the day of the surgery, I was scared, of course. Who likes to have surgery, right? And anyway, so I went in, and they put this really cool, I don't know what it is, bear paw thing on me that you can regulate either hot or cold. Well, you tell them I want, and great for menopause anyway, or perimenopause. So anyway, it's just a really cool thing. Because you can make your body warmer or cooler. I guess it's really good in the operating room. So anyway, woke up from surgery. It's usually like about a 35-minute procedure. They can usually do it laparoscopically, which means they just make 4 little incisions in your belly. And I'm going to show you my incisions. I'm sorry, this is bouncing. But you have 1, that's the big one, and then 2, 3, and 4. So you have these little tiny incisions, and I'm going to take my belly button one off so you can see it. And if you peel it off, and remember this is laparoscopic, so if you peel the bandage off, that hurts. You're just going to see some tape, and that's surgical tape. They don't use staples and they don't use sutures, they just use the tape. And it get so when you go home, you usually don't change your dressing for about 3 days. When it's time to change your dressing, you're going to need some kind of Tegaderm, okay, which is just the clear plastic that goes over it. And then you'll need some non-stick, sorry, I killed my box here, non-stick pads. And all you do is you fold the pad up, and then you put the non-stick Tegaderm over it. Now, if you're on a budget, you can get those at your local hospital pharmacy. They're usually a lot cheaper, or you can go ahead and pre-order them off of like Amazon, and you get like 100 for, I don't know, like 20 bucks. So you usually let it sit for about 3 days and don't touch it. And then you'll start changing it about every day. You can take a shower. A lot of times you just don't want the shower to run directly on your sutures. And they'll give you some pain medication, but I really didn't need it very much. I mean, I pretty much took Tylenol. If you can take Tylenol, I really didn't need my pain medication too much. And a lot of times they'll give you like anti-nausea. So as far as the operation goes, I'm about 6 days out now, and aside from a little tiny bit of nausea and maybe a little bit of loose stools, I feel really good. I mean, this hasn't been a very bad surgery at all, or a very bad recovery. Now, I can't lift any more than 10 pounds at this time, but that's okay. I don't mind not being able to vacuum and stuff. My family's been awesome, so you will have to have somebody with you the first 24 hours after surgery. And I'm trying to hurry, so I'm saying and stuff a lot. But I just want you to know that it's really not a bad surgery. You can really go on with your life. And if they can do it laparoscopically, it's really not bad. Now, if they have to convert to an open surgery, that's probably another story. But I just wanted to talk to you about laparoscopically. So the cool thing is you can ask your surgeon if you can take pictures of your gallbladder. And I want to show you these. So this is my gallbladder, or was my gallbladder. See it? And then that's my liver without my gallbladder, I think. And then that right there is the gallstones. I had like 100 gallstones. Can you see them? They're like little white things. And then I don't really know what that is. I think that's them. Whoops, sorry. That's them removing my gallbladder. Anyway, I'm sure I have to be quiet, stop recording. If you have any questions or you'd like to talk to me about this, just send me an email. I wanted to make sure that I did this video because I was really scared about having this procedure, and I had researched it, like there's got to be another way than surgery. Apparently not. I feel good though. All right, well, have a great day.